Welcome back, guys, to Neo The World Ends With You. Last episode, after doing some shopping for some Jollibee gear, we continued our search for a new teammate in day 3, learning about opponent stat boosts from food before breaking through the barrier into Center Street as Fred pulled in more noise with his galaxy brain. After spotting some possible other players searching for something or someone, we followed a lead to a place with a limited edition pin, Tokyo Hands at Tipsy Toes Hall, spotting a line awaiting an elegant strategy pin that had just ran out as someone who missed out appeared behind our duo, blaming Rindo for a misfortune and entering his mind, causing Rindo to turn back time in self-defense as we now make the day play out in a different way. That line was wild. I think they ran out of pins. I'd hope they brought at least one for every voucher they printed. Sounds like the place is swarming with pin collectors. Haven't I heard this before? Wait, I have heard this before. I must have gone back in time, but how? Gonna need to look real hard to find that player.
Listen.
Not so fast, Fret. What's up? Why don't we buy one of those pins? For ourselves? Hear me out. There's something fishy about that pin, right? Just saying it wouldn't hurt to look into it. And who knows, we might even bump into that new player while we're there. That's a really good point, actually. Let's get going. Well, that was easier than I thought. I just hope I'm on the right track here. This whole time travel thing is making my head hurt. And all for a stupid pin, too. I mean, what the hell's an elegant strategy anyway? Actually, what is it anyway? Let's see. Looks like it started off as a mobile game. Its charming cast of characters captures the hearts of players worldwide, so it's basically some flashy dating sim. This franchise has expanded to include animated adaptations, novelizations, and live-action films. Fans see ES's growing fame as a double-edged sword, thrilled though they are with its acclaim. They lament the shortage of ES merch due to increased demand. So getting our hands on that pin is going to be tough. I don't know how I did it, but I managed to turn back time. And if I don't take advantage of this opportunity, then things will just end up the same as before. I may not know what I'm doing, but I've got to do something. One way or another, that pin's going to be ours. I thought there was a time going on there, but we got time ticking in like Phoenix Wright. And we can switch our time at any time as well. Filter. So is this the line for that exclusive pin? Oh, it must be. Sign says this is where you hand in your voucher. This is it, elegant strategy. Oh man, looks like we're out of luck. Wait, seriously? 100% says they're handing out vouchers at Hachiko Cafe. Wait, isn't that promo dealio we were talking about before? Yeah, there was so much buzz, it's probably sold out. You're right. We're too late. Man, what a bummer. It's more than just a bummer. I have to get my hands on that voucher. Maybe I can try turning back time to when we arrived at the crossing. And so we continue to change our fate by rewinding. We're gonna make a new timeline. It's crazy. I do wonder if at certain times you can like find new enemies and stuff.
We'll change our fate.
Let's go. That was a close call. Yeah, those losers almost took every seat in the cafe. Anyway, we got our vouchers and that's all that matters. Okay, this is right before we headed to Center Street. Seriously though, they were just lounging around like they owned the place. Were they like tourists or something? So we should be able to get one of those vouchers, as long as we line up to get into the cafe like those two did.
Rindo.
You asleep at the wheel there, buddy? Come on, let's head to Center Street. Just need to figure out how to explain this to Fret. Hey, so... Yeah? Remember those two girls we overheard talking about that pin before? Sure do. They actually just passed right by us. Ah, fancy that. And I heard them saying they were glad they lined up at Hachiko Cafe. Okay. So I was thinking, like, maybe we should go there too.
How come?
Okay, now you've lost me. Well, see, you need a voucher from the cafe to get that pin we heard about. But there's only so many to go around, so the less competition we have, the better. And hey, if we do get our hands on one of those vouchers, maybe we'll run into that other player, you know? Wow, Rindude. That speech gave me chills. Your enthusiasm's contagious. I don't really get what's going on, but I'm in. Great, so let's start by lining up at Hachiko Cafe. Whatever you say, buddy. Basically, anything that you seem like you're actually showing some agency, he's probably in for. Wait, it says the promotional menu sold out. That big group must have snagged the last vouchers.
Really?
Guess they beat us to the punch. Bummer. So what do we do now? Looks like I'll have to go even further back in time and get in line before them. What are they called? The plaid shirt gang?
We're going again.
Back. What we have to do? We can't go back further than that, to be honest. I need to do something about the line at Hachiko Cafe. A car? Just we're spitballing here. Whoa! Get a load of this line! All these people are and the place isn't even open yet. Dang! This is right before we went to 104. Trying to think of a way to thin out this line.
Hey!
What'd you say? Do you want to check it out? Let's go. Yeah, you're right. One of us calling on it. I was talking about the cafe.
Huh?
Oh, for real? I mean, we can, but why? How am I going to explain this one? We haven't talked with Canon yet in this timeline. Well, I was just thinking, players like us are stuck in the UG, right? And that limits the places we can go. Maybe the player we're looking for is in that cafe.
Quit?
Oh, okay. Wait, what do you mean limited the places we can go? Shoot, this is before we learn how shopping works. That's, geez, were you even listening to what that Reaper told us earlier? We can only go into stores marked with a Reaper sticker. Right, which means the player we're looking for is probably in one of those shops, just like you said. Rindo, you're so smart, you scare me sometimes. No time to waste. Let's move.
Huh.
This certainly defies all probability. The kid might be something special if he's already factored them into the equation. We're being observed. Okay, how do I do this? Oh, who goes there? We do? Hang on a sec. Something ain't right. We haven't been able to talk like this with anyone else on the street. Huh? Wait, does that mean... Yes. I don't recall seeing you two before. Part of that new team, I presume. These guys are players too. So, do you have any business with the DRS? Well... Any integers belonging to another set are ripe for deletion. We better act fast before we're beaten to the punch. Are you so... You sound like quite the hard-headed bunch.
Put up your dukes.
Perhaps we ought to help you cool off. Prepare to get washed away. What are you? What's your crew?
Right.
I don't know.
Who wants a piece of fret? Let's accelerate this.
PvP.
Bye-bye. Yes, you got it. Nice one, Rin, dude. Yeah. Too many keys for you. Say goodnight.
I say, what are you doing, man?
Time to take out the exquisite timing. Perfectly balanced. Too many keys. Could have gone worse. Let's keep it going. Stupid fractal.
And he's being fractured, not just a fractal anymore.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Quite a few punches to go in. Well, they just... Look, he's just walking around in such a weird way.
Not bad, I'd say.
Fret muted.
Ha! Naturally.
Wow, that's never been mastered.
Yeah.
Curses, you're quite formidable for a bunch of flotsam. Come, comrades, we must retreat. Any stragglers will get swept downstream. Fingers crossed this means we'll be able to get our hands on a voucher now. Hey, boys, what can I do for you? Hi, are you still serving that promotional menu? The one that comes with a voucher? Ah, you two lucked out. We're down to our last one. No way, can you believe it, buddy?
Yeah.
Funnily enough, yeah, I can.
Rin, dude.
So, do you want to share something, or should we order separately? I was fine by me. How about we share them? I'll ask for an extra plate.
Give me a break.
You're using that one. Alright, we got our voucher. Now we just need to head to Tipsy Toes Hall. Tigre Bunks. Restore a bit of your team's HP in an instant. Single use. Pin gauge will not refill automatically or reboot. interesting. So when you say return to Tokyo Hands, do I have to continue through the timeline by walking through, or can I just walk forward now the timeline's done? About to find that out. Let's go the long way, I guess, first. I'll go the long way.
Let me think this through.
Make more sense to me to experiment in the other way. Alright, a lot of our things have been leveled up at this point. Or even maxed out. And we could take another bunny one up to max level, I guess. Kratos' Kiss takes quite a bit now to level up. Now let's reach the next phase. I guess I could do the other piercing pillar, but again, that's not really needed. I think then I'll just switch back to a strong one. I'm not having that much fun with Grunt Punch. His power is 347, but you actually have to hit with a lot of things to get it to hit there. Oh, okay. No, I can't interact. So while it's telling me to go that way, I can't break through because I'm blocked. In fact, nowhere's got any entry. So I do have to warp it.
We'll change our fate.
All that's left is to exchange this voucher at Tokyo Hands. Let's go then. So cully. So colourful. Love it. That line was wild. I think they ran out of pins.
Dang.
I'd hope they brought at least one for every voucher they printed. We'll be able to get one, right? We've got a voucher after all. Oh, I've been through way too much to not get that pin now. What do you mean? What do you mean, what do you mean? All that time actually, forget I said anything. Wouldn't be fun if the protagonist wasn't just randomly keeping secrets, would it? Lovely. This is it. Finally, we got the pin. This is the pin we were after. I think so. Does it seem special to you? Nope, but I'm pretty sure this is the one we need. Well, you did say you were in the zone earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and trust you're right. You won't regret it. All that's left to do is to head back to where I left off.
We're going again.
Change our fate. We got the pin that girl was looking for. Let's change it.
All right.
Phew, just in time. Any later we would have missed out.
Yep.
Seriously, good thing we lined up at the cafe when we did. I know, right? Our minds. Sounds like they got their pins after all. Good for them. And good for us since we got one too. So, what now? My life is over without that pin. Existence is meaningless? Huh? Did you hear something? Goodbye, happiness. I barely knew you. It's getting closer. Huh? What is it? Who's there? I fail to see how my lot could get any worse. Actually, it might be better than you think. What? I mean, it can't be that bad if you've got one of these. But that, could it be? It's a limited edition elegant strategy pin. You would truly bestow such an incredible gift upon a plebeian wretch like me? Yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you 1,000 times. Were you sent from the heavens? Come to think of it, who are you? I did it. I changed the future. Can someone fill me in here? Since you gave this girl the pin, I'm guessing that means she's the new player we've been looking for? Yep, well, probably. Whoa. Gotta say, this is blowing my mind. But to whom may I offer my thanks for the spoon? Oh, jeez, where are my manners? The name's Tosai Furusawa, but my friends all call me Fret. The thing about that pin is... Forgive me, but did I ask? Sorry. Psst, got any good ideas, Rindo? Clean up your own mess. Lord Rindo, is it?
Well met.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Nagi Usui. hello. You may call me Nagi. No name puns, no silliness, just Nagi. Who doesn't love name puns? Thank you once again for providing me with the pin of my dreams. Don't sweat it, really. I shall do my utmost to repay this debt someday, kind sir. Seriously, don't worry about it. It was our pleasure. I don't believe I was speaking to you. Whoops, strike two. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm sensing some friction here. Normal deviate, as far as site users go. You'll fit right in with these heptagrams. So she is the player we've been searching for. For once you were barking up the right tree. Hey! Well, there's that pin-pinching girl.
What?
Hey, it's those guys from the cafe. They must have been hunting her down this whole time. No need to calculate when it's time to take out the trash. Wait, we're not actually going to fight them, are we? It's the sum of the angles in a rhombus, 360 degrees. I'll factorize these fools in 1 millisecond flat. Guess that answered your question, eh, buddy? Here goes nothing.
All right. Who wants a
The
piece
Deep
of
River
bread?
Society.
More trash for the heap. Could have gone worse.
Blow 'em up.
Did he do that?
Did I do that?
You sure did.
These guys haven't stood a
Really
chance.
in sync.
Perfectly balanced.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Could have been worse. Not half bad.
Perfecto.
We really killed it out there.
I feel kind of sorry for them with how much mash they got from the special. Explosions just everywhere all of a sudden. Seemed a little cheaty.
We won. Whew, got a little worried for a second there.
You did all right, kid, for a septagram.
Hey, I'll take it. What about you? How's my nah girl holding up?
Did I hear a name pun?
Whoops. Sorry about that, Nagi. Glad you didn't get hurt, though.
How could she get hurt when she was just watching from the sidelines? Does she even know how to fight?
A girl plus her pin equals X. The question is, what site does X represent?
Lord Tomonami in Dreamy 3D.
What?
What?
Maybe now's not the time for a proper numerical analysis. Farewell, fractals.
Off he flows like a devilishly handsome gust of wind.
So those guys called you a pin pincher.
Hey, yeah! How about it, Nagi? Think you could show us your collection?
So you might rob me of my prized
What?
possessions?
No, we won't. Pinky promise.
Can I take him at his word?
Fred's a lot of things, but he's not a thief.
Very well. Then feast your eyes upon my arsenal. I've got this exclusive pin only obtainable at ES Live, along with all 25
Then there's
soundtrack
pins from the
pins.
Blu-ray box sets, the comic adaptation, and this not-for-sale pin I won in the contest.
And here are a few I made myself. After collecting them for so long, I just had to create my own.
It's just a bunch of merch!
Oh, wow. I've never seen so many pins in one place. You're so amazing, Nagi.
And on that note, I think we're gonna bounce.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses there, partner. I thought the plan was to add her to the team.
Dude, did you see all those pins?
Yeah, what about them?
They're just plain old pieces of plastic. They're
That's
worthless.
not her fault. We're the ones who had the wrong idea.
But if that's all she's got, do you really think she'll be of any use to us?
Well, what if we got to lose by at least giving her a shot? Mr. Minami said she can use Sykes, just like us.
But do we really need more people? We've done fine so far.
If Mr. Minami were here, he'd say something like, "We need to bigify our numbers cause math, kid!"
Still doesn't mean we should team up with every person we meet.
What bliss. Long has it been since I had someone with whom I could actually converse.
What do you mean?
Ever since yesterday, every person on the street passed straight through me. Until those reapers accosted me, that is. Then I began hearing thoughts not my own. I traced them to their sources, entered their minds, and got ejected.
Hold up. You can go inside people's minds? That's amazing, isn't it, Rindude?
Yeah, you don't know the half of it. Oh, today's results are in. Looks like the Pure Hearts picked up points for taking down the target, while the Ruinbringers maintained their lead. And we earned next to nothing.
But not actually nothing. Plus, it's all part of our strategy. I mean, how are we supposed to beat the other teams if they all outnumber us?
Okay, fair.
That's my guy! Nagi, I've got a favor to ask.
You needn't bother.
And
Those who dwell in the darkness are ill fit to befriend those who live in the light. Defying his teachings will do me little good.
Right, gotcha. So anyway, just hear me out.
I'm listening, but I wish to reiterate the fundamental incompatibility underscoring this interaction.
Cool, sure, whatever you say. So, would you, my good friend Nagi, be willing to join our team?
Perhaps you didn't hear me?
Oh, I did, loud and clear. And so did Rindo. He was listening super hard because he really wants you on board, right?
Sure.
This team of which you speak, do you mean one operating within the framework of this so-called game?
Yep, it's just us, so we're looking for some new blood. Aren't we, Rindude?
I mean, I guess.
This changes things. Master Rindo hath shown us great favor by endowing us with the Pin of Legend. We are indebted, and shall gladly risk life and limb to repay him. Should he require aid, we must needs oblige. But more importantly, we must needs seize the chance to gaze upon him again. We accept the young master's offer.
Technically speaking, I think I was the one who made the offer. But hey, looks like we found ourselves a new teammate, buddy! Nasty Nagi and the Wicked Twisters are gonna dominate! Woohoo!
Yeah, I sure hope so. Especially since now we're stuck with her. I mean, we barely know her. Was letting her join the right decision? Those birds. Probably nothing.
So the third has joined their ranks. It won't be long until another follows suit. If Fortune Bros predictions anything to go by, bet you ain't had much luck verifying that, have ya? No, I'll try again tomorrow. Just curious seeing as none of them are quite like him. Think he could be the fourth? Frankly, I don't think about him at all. Not anymore. That's our fearless leader. Always got a zinger at the ready. I've got my eye on another disc anyway. One by one, the pieces take their place on the grid. The game's about to get interesting. There was Deep Dive. We bigified our numbers because of maths, son. And now start day 4.
So, we made it to day 4.
Yep, we sure did.
Indeed. Wait, what?
Did you not get the memo? You see, the Reaper's game goes for 7 days, full week, and today marks day 4. Did you miss that big broadcast the other day?
I didn't. Nor did I ask you for an explanation.
Ouch, that was frosty.
So how much do you know about the game?
Very little. I met a so-called Reaper, who gave a rather extensive exegesis. At which point my cognitive powers began to fail me.
Relatable.
'Twas not my only misfortune either. There I was, menu researched, order decided, shop location bookmarked. I had even vowed to retire to my dorm early lest I inadvertently oversleep.
Dorm?
Like college dorm?
Is there any other kind?
Nope, not that I'm aware of.
She's older than us?
Based upon your reactions just now, I presume you two to be younger than I?
Yeah, pretty sure.
As I suspected. But let that not encumber our interactions. For I am little more than a Lilliputian lover of EleStra. A wretched reverer of his radiance, Lord Tormonami.
From your pins?
One and the same. A most astute observation, Lord Rindo.
Doesn't he?
Look exactly like Minamimoto?
I see you too have noticed the striking similarities between them. What I wouldn't give to bask in his sublimity once more.
I mean, I guess he's a pretty cool guy.
Speaking of, when might his lordship be returning?
Hopefully sooner rather than later. I know Kanan thinks we can use the help, but is this girl really gonna do much for us? The only game she seems to care about is the one on her phone. This sucks. I mean, I doubt she'll drag us down into last place, but I don't want to think about what'll happen to us if she does. Looks like we got a message.
Yo!
Hi there.
What's going on, Wicked Twisters?
You're that guy!
I got a name, you know. Don't you remember?
No, we do. Hard to forget after you shouted it in our ears.
Oh, I like your sense of humor, bro. I like it so much, I'm gonna let you discs play a little game with me.
And what exactly would that game entail?
It's easy. I give you a mission, you complete it. See? Easy. And if you really impress me, then I'll give you some of our points free of charge.
Just like that?
Why not? Your frontier discs. You got nothing but potential. Oh, and that goes for you too, little girl, bro.
Much obliged.
I want to see what sort of move you'll make with a little incentive.
Okay, but how big of an incentive are we talking here?
Oh, sounds like you're ready to play. Now, I've got to make sure our team stays on top. So I'll set some points aside for us. The rest are yours for the taking. What do you say? That ought to at least keep you out of last place for this week, eh?
What do you think, Rin, dude?
And let me remind you that you discs are in dead last! Think about it! The week's already half over, and right now you're getting sweat. But with a little help from the Ruin Bringers, who knows? You might even manage to gain a tempo or two and shoot to the top.
Long way to go.
No venture, no gains, bro.
Sure, but who says you can just give us points like that?
Us. One of the privileges me and the gang get for winning the last game.
You get to do whatever you want?
To the victor goes the spoils, including the right to rewrite the rules.
So, you're basically saying we don't have a choice here?
I ain't saying it, just strongly implying it. So what'll it be?
I don't know. It sounds fishy, but what do you think?
I mean, if it'll give us a leg up.
Bada boom! So, I've got this buddy, the OG. Upstanding guy, the OG of all trades. Thing is, he's developed a bit of a noise problem, so I need you to erase him for him.
And how are we supposed to do that?
That ain't my disc to flip, bro. Look for his little helper on Center Street. Take a scan around the board and see what you come up with. Well, your move, White!
Roombringer trash fresh from the heap.
Hey, Mamina man! We were just talking about you.
So apparently Susukichi has a different game for us to play. He said it'll earn us a lot of points, so...
Are these zeptograms the ones that'll finally bring you out of hiding? Guess I'll just have to wait and see.
I get that we're looking for Ryoji's little helper, but who the heck is Ryoji? How should I know? I haven't the faintest idea myself. I mean, he's a friend of Susie K's, we know that much. Which means we're looking for the helper of a friend of some guy we kinda know. Oh, now I have a headache. Wonderful. I guess it is a little hard to follow.
Indeed.
The cast of characters is expanding too rapidly to stay abreast. Guess we'll have to do some digging if we want to know who's who. Well, at least we're meeting lots of new people. Ryoji is supposed to be a Ryoji of all trades, right? You say that like it means something. Like maybe he's some sort of handyman. Man, I'm dying to meet this guy. Well, that makes one of us. Hooray, it's Ryoji's noise problem. I was wondering actually if I can move the webcam over to, that way a little bit more into the corner. Just to get out of the way of those cutscenes a little bit more. I don't even know if like the noise symbol down there or the scan symbol or the charge gauge is necessarily needed to be seen, but still. Am I on my social network? Use the L1 or R1 buttons to access the Force tab of the main menu where you can explore your social network. Use this web to follow the connections you've established and read up on the people you've met. Obtaining social network skills. Foster relationships with the people you meet in Shibuya to earn friendship points. Then use those points to unlock rewards. Rewards include useful items as well as powerful skills that will help you in and out of combat. If you find yourself low on FP, try strengthening your bonds with the folks you know. We've got 5 friendship points. Okay then. Well, we'll go and look for Ryoji's little helper in a little bit. Social network. So that's how many points it costs to do a thing. So you can get easy difficulty via him. Regroup and retry. As an option to change your gear before jumping back into the fray after losing a battle. Guess we've got to meet more people to get more rewards by the look of it. Interestingly, I pressed X and nothing really happened there. So I've got the HP viewer. You've got hard difficulty. Special items to a restaurant menu. Place 3 orders. Justice Burger was the quest. I guess I managed to do that. So this means deepening the bonds with pretty much everyone. Printed t-shirt available. Allows you to equip an extra Uber pin. Pin multi-wield allows you to equip an extra pin assigned to the same button as another. An extra Uber pin as well. Chain extenders. Oh, blimmin' hell. Pigdar. There's a lot of stuff here. Most bigger guys seem to be Uber pins. Some items here, there, and every items. I guess I'll unlock the HP viewer. Seems fine for me. I mean, hard difficulty makes more sense to get than anything else. Just in case we need to grind for something, it's easier to get them hard. But equally, I do intend to play on normal because story is what I want the most. That's our friend points. 2% complete. 2.
Gotta focus.
2.